so we can see the face of Macbeth. He's gonna be like shocked when I don't win the game. Hey everyone, this is Orson and welcome to my first real video of 2022. And today I got another entry into the 2022 in-hand game design contest, a game design contest that is currently hosted on Board Game Geek and is currently still going on. So this one has started just a few weeks ago, so this is why I'm not recording videos on a weekly basis, because the designers are still getting the designs in and still working on them. But some of the designs are pretty far in their development, and that's when I start showcasing them. I already showcased 3 triangles, I think 2 weeks ago, and now today I will show you Brave the Book, which is pretty interesting because we have a game that is not really an in-hand game, it's just a bookmark game. So it's just this one bookmark and you can play the game there. And I don't know how much time we have, how long it will take, but I chose my 2 favorite books of all time here. Contemporary literature, Orson Scott Card's Ender's Game. We will start with that. And if we still have time, then we will look at Macbeth by Shakespeare. So, yeah, let's start with Ender's Game first. And I will show you how the game works. So let's put that a little bit aside here, so we can see the face of Macbeth. He's going to be like shocked when I don't win the game. Alright, so how this works is as follows. We have a bookmark here, and that we put right between the last page and the back cover, if I can manage it, like this. And then we pull it up for the first few enemies here. You see Orc, Genie and Imp. And these give us special abilities when we defeat them. And what we now do is we start on page 1. Let me find page 1 here. I should not look at that. So I'm now at page 1, and now I choose one of these 3 enemies here. So either the Orc, the Genie or the Imp. I think I would take the Genie for now, because that lamp is going to help. So you see here you have special powers. The number is add damage bonus strength. I will tell you in a minute what that means. The other one will grant us 1 missing letter. The lamp here, which is really good, and the wing, I think it comes later in the later dungeons. Return to your previous place in the book if you fail. These both are really good, and the strength one you get pretty much for almost any enemy. So we will take Genie. What we do now is we will have to determine our speed and strength. We go through the dungeon and when we fight, and that is 1 number we need to attribute. So for example, I could take the number 10, and that would be our speed and strength. In terms of speed, that means I skip ahead 10 pages, which is not good. Because we lose the game if we don't finish the end boss at the bottom of the bookmark before the book is finished. So that's why we don't want to have a too high speed. And strength of 10 then also means that we can look at the first 10 words of that page and find all the letters of that enemy there. And if we can do that, then we defeat the monster. We can pull up the bookmark and go to the next level of the dungeon, then continue. And that's pretty much how the game functions. So let me show you how that works. So we will take Genie for now, and I will skip ahead 10 pages. So that would be page 11, of course. So we jump to page 11. Give me a second, I'm a little bit slow today. There we go. So now we're on page 11. Now we need to find, within the first 10 words, we need to find the Genie letters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 until U. Okay, so we don't have a G, you see, and we already didn't make it. So what happens now is we stay on page 11, but we need to repeat that level of the dungeon. We can take the same word, but we don't have to. So you know what, I will choose 20 now. I will take Genie again, but I will choose 20, so I will go to page 31. Let me find 31, there we go. And now we need to find the letters of Genie within the first 20 words. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14, 16, 18, 20. So until that. So Genie, we have a G, we have an E, we have an N, we have an I, and we have an E. So we are fine. I think we could have even done it with 10 this time, but I mean, then we wouldn't have been on that page. So we made that. So what happens now is, now we pull up the bookmark, one level, you see, and now we're at the next level of the dungeon. Now we have Slime, Treant, I think. I don't actually know that, and Warwick. I don't know which one we should use, I think I would like to use the one with the most, with the highest strength there. So that's work. That's going to be hard with the W, but we have that lamp power here, which means that we can grant one missing letter. So let's do 20 again. I think 20 was pretty good. So we will go to page 51. Give me a second. And there we go. 51. That was 20 speed. So we also have 20 strength. And now we need to find work within the first 20 words. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 until ender. So we don't have a W, but we do have an O. We have an R. Do we have a G? Well, we have a G here in managed. So we did find O, R, and G, and the W we can replace with the lamp power. So we finished that layer of the dungeon 2. So now we will continue. Let's go here. And let's see. Now we have a bonus strength of 3, which is good. And now we need to find goblin, centaur, or spider. I don't know about goblin. I think spider with the S and everything, that's easier. So let's take 20 again and look for the spider. So that's 71. 71. Almost. There we go. And within the first 20 words, we need to find the word spider. But we have a bonus strength of 3. So we have the first 23 words we can use. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 23. Until against. The first 2 lines. Okay. So spider. We have an S. We have a P there in part. We have an I in giant. We have a D in had. An E in become. And an R in rage, for example. On part. So we made that again. So now you see we have another bonus strength of 2 for the next level of the dungeon. So mimic, kobold, and hydra. Mimic. I don't know. I think hydra with the Y is pretty hard. I think that's a little bit too tough. Kobold, maybe. What about mimic? Let's try mimic. And with a 20 again. So let's go to 91. 91, there we go. And let's try to find mimic in the first 22, because that's bonus strength. 22 words. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. What did I say? 22, until I over there. Okay. Mimic. So let's see. We have an M. We have an I. Oh, I think we don't have a second M. I can't see one. We would have a C, and we also would have a second I. We would have everything, but we don't have the second M. That's pretty bad. So what do we do? Just a few words more. You see, 5 words more, we would have had an M. Okay, well, then we don't pass that dungeon. But I think the mimic one is still the better one. So let's try it again. Let's try mimic again, and this time... Do we do 20 again or do we do 30? I think mimic is a little bit harder. So let's do 30. So let's go to 121. And now we have the first 30 words to look for mimic. Or the first 32 words. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. Until being. Okay. So we have an M, we have an I, we have another M, we have another I. Now we need a C. There, in comfortable. We have a C also. So we made that. That's great. But you see, we are almost halfway through the book already. So we need to be a little bit careful. Alright, let's pull up the next. So now we have Basilisk, Chimera, and Griffin. I think I would like to take the Griffin, because the Griffin lets us return to the previous place in the book in case we fail. So I think Griffin is pretty good. Do we take 20 again or 30? That's the question. Well, actually, let's do 30 again, I think. Because we're going towards the end of the dungeon. No, let's take 20. So what? No, I will do 30 again. So 151. And now the first 34 words, because we have that 4 bonus strength here. Alright, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 6, 28, 30, and 34. So until he, before hated. Okay, what did he say? Griffin. Do we have a G? Yes, we do have a G, and again, We have an R in part, for example. We have an I in might. 2 Fs. We have an F in filled. Uh-oh. Oh, I think we don't have another F. Oh, we have an F there in 4. So we do have another F. That's great. So in 4 and then filled. Then we need an O in those and an N. Well, we have several N's. We have an N here and there. And so that's totally fine. So we made that again. That is great. So now we pull that up one more time. And we're almost at the end, I think. So now we have Beholder and Manticore. I think that's the last level before the boss. So why don't we try Beholder? Because we do have that wing power, right? So that's not too bad. So we pretty much have unlimited tries, if I understand that correctly. So let's do, we still have a lot of pages. How many pages? I think still about 200, right? Yeah, not quite, but 150 approximately. So let's do 30. Let's go to 181 and then Beholder. Okay, so the first 30 words. Let's see. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, until 2 before you arrive. All right, Beholder. So let's see. We have Battle Room. That's the B. We have an E in middle. Do we have an H in his? We have an O in Battle Room. We have an L in middle. The D in Commanders. And we also have the E and the R in Commanders. So we actually made it immediately. And we have a bonus strength of 6 then. And now we see here, this is pretty hard to tuck in because it's getting a little bit loose. So I'll just put it aside here. Well, no, let me put it back in. Give me a second. Let me try to do it like this. So now we have 2 bosses, either the Dragon Drake or the Lich Skeleton. Which one will be easier? Like having like 2 Ds and 2 Rs is pretty tough, I think, right? Lich Skeleton, but a C and H and K. Let's try the Lich Skeleton. I think that's going to be a little bit easier. So how many pages do we want? We get 6 bonus strength here. We still have about 70 pages left. About. So I think we should try it with 20 first. Then maybe 20 again and then 30. We could also go... Well, you know what? No, let's do it differently. Let's do 30. And then let's do the rest 40 or something like that. So let's go to 211. And then we get the first 36 words. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36. Until more here. Okay. So Lich Skeleton. L, I. We have a C there, we have an H there. That's fine. Then we have an S there in his. We have a K in kick. We have an E in leg. We have an L in leg. Oh, I think the L for leg I already took, so let's take the L for leap. Then the E in leap. The T in last. The O in moment. And also the N in moment. So, you see, we actually made it. We made it within the first 30 words here. What happens now is now we pull it even more out. Now you see, there's the door. So we actually made it through the dungeon without the book being finished. And our score is now 211 because that's the page we reached. A score of 211. All right. And that is pretty much how it works. So that was our score. So we managed to finish the game successfully and win by using Ender's Game as an example. And I think that worked pretty well. So let me now check the raw footage. All right, so we still would have a little bit of time. So if you just wanted to see how the game works, then you, of course, are free to end the video. But I would really appreciate it if you would just stick around 5 or 10 minutes more, because let's do the same with Macbeth. Why do I want to do that? I mean, it's the same game, right? But the game does change, of course, a little bit regarding in terms of literature you take, right? So I think we had 211 here. That was our score. Now let's take a look at Macbeth. Macbeth has less pages than Orson's than Ender's Game. So let's see here. Well, the appendix. That's the appendix. I think that doesn't count here. See, Macbeth has 211 pages exactly. So if we finish Macbeth, if we can actually win the game with Macbeth, then we either have the same high score, even a better score. If we can't make it, well, then we lose anyway, right? And also the other reason is the language is much more difficult or much different to Ender's Game, which means that we that it's probably also a different experience, and you can't really get these letters as easily. I think Macbeth has probably less words than Ender's Game. I think so, but maybe also not. But I think the language is pretty set. The Victorian English is pretty much set, so I think that my idea would be that there are less words in here and also less variety for letters. But let's see. So, Orson's got card, Ender's Game. We won here, that is great. And then let's do Macbeth. Alright, so let's put that here in the back. Orc, Genie, Imp. There we go. And then we go to page 1. Oh, we also have pictures in here. That is horrible. Oh, that is horrible. That was a bad idea to take Macbeth. Alright, so let's see. Orc, Genie, and Imp. Well, I think we can take the Genie again. So we will have E's and I's. I think that would be fine. Let's do... We don't have too many pages. Let's do 10 again, just like we did in Ender's Game at the beginning. So page 11. Please don't be a picture. No. Okay. And then we have the first 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Until idiosyncratic here. Let me pull that up a little bit. Alright. So let's see. Genie. So do we have a G? You see, there we already go. We don't have a G. Okay. We already lost. So let's do 20 pages. Let's go to 31. There we go. We skipped all the images. I would say if we find one with an image, then we can skip ahead. We just skip ahead one more or something like that, because we don't want the images. 31. Alright, so we have 20 words. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, until V, before it's sculpted. Alright, so let's see. Do we have a G? Oh no. We don't have a G. You see that? Oh, we would have needed 2 more. 2 more. We don't have a G here. Natural source. The illusion of mystery is as clear as it's dramatically effective. No. This is not looking good for us. So let's go to 51 then. Just 20 more pages. Let's try it there. And if that doesn't work, then we will have to do 30s. But we already are 50 pages in and we haven't even finished the first level yet. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, until is. Okay. So we do have a G this time. We have an E in vague. We have an N in only. We have an I in like. And we also have an E in verbs, for example. So we made it this time. This is wonderful. Great. Alright, so let's pull that up a little bit. There we go. And now we can grant one missing letter. I would like to take work again. Because it's just 4 letters and one of them we can replace with the genie lamp. So let's try that. Let's go to 20 again. So that's 71. Alright. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. The number doesn't count. 20. That's greatly. Okay. So, work. We don't have a W, I think. Of course. Oh, we have a W there. We also... we have an O there. We have an R there. And therefore, both of them. And we have a G. Do we have a G? We do have a G. We have one in greatly. Can we go into greatly? I think. And even if not, then we could replace G with the genie lamp. That's fine. So we made that one too. So let's continue here. So now we're back at Goblin, Centaur, and Spider. So, that is the question, Spider. Do we want to take Spider again, or do we go Goblin? I think G is pretty tough, so I don't want to take Goblin, to be honest. Centaur is the longer word, but E and A and U are easier. I think P is not as easy. I don't know about D. Let's take Centaur, I think, right? Let's take Centaur this time. So let's do 20 again. Let's go to 91 here. Ah, and here Macbeth starts on 95. Oh, 91 it's just 1 page, Macbeth. Well, that doesn't count. Let's then go 2 pages farther to 93. That's fine. And then we have the first How many pages? The first 22. So 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Plus 3 for the warg we defeated. So that's until dancers. Alright, so centaur. Oh, we have a problem here because we have a lot of samey words. That's exactly what I meant. Alright, but we have a C. We do have an E. Do we have an N? Yes, in persons. We have a T in the. We have an A in play. We have a U. Oh, do we have a U? No. The person of the play. The weird sisters. Dancers, singers, witches. Oh no, we don't have a U. We don't have a U, I think. Goddess of the... Oh no, I don't see a U. Oh no, this is bad. We are not doing well here. But that's what I was afraid of. A lot of empty pages, a lot of images. Also, a lot of pages just that have the same words, right? We only have names here. I knew it was going to be hard. All right, let's do another 20. We possibly can't finish it anymore, but let's just see how far we can get. So that's 113. No, let's do 18. Let's go to 111 again. So that is 18 plus the 3, that's 21. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, until before. Okay, so we have a C in commendations for centaur, then the E in fed, the N in banquet, the T in banquet, the A also in banquet, the U also in banquet, and the R in, oh no, yeah, after. So that's fine. So we made it. That is great. So now we pull that out. One more. So now we have Mimic, Kobold, and Hydra. Mimic was really tough. I'm not going to do that again. Kobold is probably not much better, but we can try it. Hydra with the Y, I really don't think we can make that. So let's try Kobold. Let's do 20 again. Let's go 131. 20, and we get one more for the centaur, so 21 strength. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, until faith. Kobold, okay. So K, knock. We have an O in knock. We have a B in, do we have a B? Oh no. For God's sake, yet could not equivocate to have it. No, come on, equivocate. Knock. Who's there? All right. So no B. Could we have done mimic? Oh no, I think we couldn't have done mimic either. We could have done Hydra probably. We couldn't have done Hydra either. Okay, so that's pretty bad. Let's do another 20, I think. Yeah, 151. But then we are we're almost done. Do we still take Kobold? Let's try it with Kobold again. So the first 21. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. Until thickens. Okay. So we have a K in keeps. We have an O in bloody. We have a B in bloody. Another O in bloody. We have an L in bloody. And a D in bloody. Okay, cool. So that one word was enough pretty much. Okay, so we made that too. So let's go to the next level. The Kobold gives us 4 strength, which is good. Basilisk, Chimera, Griffin. I would like to take the Griffin again because I like the wing thing. Because we are almost at the end of the book, as you can see here. So we probably should take Griffin here. Yeah, I think so. Also, let me just check the exposure. I think the video is getting a little bit dark. So let me quickly check that. All right, I think like this it's a little bit better, I hope. All right, so we want to try Griffin. Let's do 20 again. Let's go to 171 then. There we go. And Griffin. So we have 4 for the Kobold here. So we have the first 24. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, until A, before bat. Okay, so do we have a G? Yes, good. In good. Do we have an R in here? We have an I in ill. We have an F in fifth and another F in fifth. I'm so lucky that the fifth witch decided to speak here, not the fourth or the third. Then we have O in blood, for example, yeah, or in around, anywhere. And N, we have N's too, in around, in around, in round, in running, so that's fine. So we easily made that. So now we are pretty cool, because for the next level, which is the second last one, I think, we can always start at page 171, I think, right? So we're pretty safe there. All right, Beholder Manticore. Well, Beholder worked pretty well last time. Let's do Beholder again, and let's do 20 pages. So 191. Come on, there we go. Beholder, so we get, yeah, only 20, because we have that wing power. All right, so the first 20. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 20. Until better, before soldier. Okay, so we have a B in better. We have an E in better. We have an H in hath. We have an O in gracious. We have an L in England. We have a D in England. We have an E in England. And we have an R in gracious. So we made it. I can't believe it. Look at this. We are at the boss in Macbeth. This is incredible. So how many pages do we have left? 191. And what do you say? 211, right? Because the appendix, I think the appendix doesn't count, right? So 211, that is 20 pages exactly. You know what? Then let's go to 211. 20 pages plus the 6 here, that's 26. And let's try to defeat. Well, the Dragon Drake would work better for Shakespeare, right? Thematically. Let's do the Dragon Drake. Come on. So the first 26. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Until us. Before even. Okay. Do we have a D? Oh no. I think that's already it. Oh no. Yeah, there's no D. Oh, hello, King of Scotland. Flourish, Malcolm. We shall not spend. Oh, we have a D there in spend. We have an R in large. We have an A in large. We have a G. We don't have a G. No, we have a G in large also. Do we have an O in loves? We have an N in reckon, for example. So now it's going to be the problem. Another D. I think we only had one D. Malcolm, we shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves. Yeah. We don't have a second D. But we would have an AR, we would have an A, we would have a K, and we would have an E. So everything except the second D. So we almost won here. Just this. No. You see. Scotland. Of course, Scotland. Up here. We do have a second D. Right. And the RAKE, I just told you that we have that. We have an R in before. We have an A in whatever, shall, for example. A K in reckon. And an E also in reckon. Or several. So we made it. On page 211. On the very last page of the play, we can pull out the bookmark and actually made it. This was really close. And it's cool that we took Dragon Drake. That's pretty thematic. I think somehow it fits the Shakespeare world, the Victorian world better than the Lich Skeleton, in my opinion. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. And there we go. So we actually got exactly the same score. 211 in both books. Which is pretty funny, in my two favorite books of all time. So this one was my showcase of Brave the Book for the in-hand game design contest. I like the game a lot. I think it's pretty fun. Of course, I don't know how exciting it is if you do it like 10, 20, 30 times, but I think this is a blueprint for a really good idea for a series, for example, or for maybe other games, or maybe you could also have like a game where you actually have to read a book, and while reading you can accomplish specific tasks or something like that. I think this is a really good blueprint, because I mean, this is really handy. If you could do this a little bit smaller, have like a smaller bookmark so it fits in the books without sticking out here at the top, right? And like a standard paperback like this here, just have it a little bit shorter. You can do that a little bit smaller, that's fine. And the back you could keep the way, and you could just folded, right? So that might be an idea. And then you could have that as a blueprint for specific games. This is now a dungeon crawler. But you could also maybe have a resource management game, right? Or I don't know, whatever. I think there are a lot of possibilities. So I'm excited. I hope that this will be further developed, or maybe some other ideas spring from that, because I think there are a lot of things that can be done with this idea. All right, but that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. If you're still doing so, I highly appreciate that. And well, that was my first video of the year, and I'm looking forward to my second year of YouTube. And I think it's going to be exciting for all of us. All right, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone, and cheers.